Well, hello friends. We are back for the last day of this challenge. We are June the 30th as I pull my microphone. And I can't believe it's the last day in June. Getting tangled up here. Anyway, just don't fall off, right? Okay, so I just thought, as for the last day of the challenge, I just wanted to maybe go around and show you what got done, since it is the last day. And I didn't post these like I was thinking, but I'm just going to leave them hang for now. And then there's always something to do in the craft room, right? So as we go into July, I'll hopefully be getting back to some crafting, which I'm excited about now that I have things set, hopefully workable. And then we will just do my monthly floss tubes. So if you want to continue to follow me in my crafting, it's mostly cross stitch and sewing. So I'll be posting and a lot of haul. Hopefully can get some things finished and gifted or finished and put away so that I can bring more things in that I want. But my channel, Richter Stitcher, was started to keep track of all of my crafts, so that's kind of what I've been doing. And then when I think things need to be cleaned out or they get overwhelming like they did in I guess it was May, I just kind of looked around and said we really need to do some figuring out. So let me take you around the room here, and I can share the other room where I keep a few of my other crafts, because I did start rug hooking as well, and the supplies for those are starting to accumulate. So I'm thinking the spare room will be where I do most of my rug hooking. So the supplies for that are in there with one of my cross stitch stands that I keep in there also, with a project in there. Let me see if I can grab you here. I guess we'll start in the closet. We did make my ironing station I think it was the first week and maybe the first start of the second week when I did that. I took it off of the table on the end and moved my featherweight to that corner. But everything ironing relating is in there, with my clappers as well as a couple irons and wool mats. I don't usually use steam, but I do have the supplies if I think something needs a better crisp. I hung my frames that I keep together, and there is one ironing board here with the bags that I use for the weekend, or if I'm going away and want a bag to put a project in. These are the ones that I grab first. I stuck one of the things that I bought at Walmart up here, and like I said, next week when I get back from after the holiday, what I'm going to try to do is eliminate a few things off the tops of the shelves that I don't need, and if they're books or papers or things that can just sit in here and get to easily, that's probably what will happen with those 3 containers. Like I have the 2 over here on the back of the door. And if I find wall space, I might decide to hang them. I'm going to put a frame piece there once I get it finished. But I didn't really do too much with the yarns like we shared before. I left those. One of the first challenges I did was organize all of my whips for cross stitch, and then projects that are being kitted are on these 3 shelves. A few embroidered pieces are here. My paper supplies are in here, and these drawers down here did end up being just supplies. Craft supplies are in the top drawer, yarns and PVC and wood pieces, things that I would frame with. Empty containers are still in one of the drawers, maybe 2 of the drawers, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, 2 of the drawers, and I have some magnets in here as well. Other than that, that's pretty much that wall. One shelf had extra yarns that when I cleaned all this off up here, and the top, there was yarns, so I was able to put most of them on the wall, in the back, in the corner, and stuffed in here. So I need to think about some more craft yarn projects to do. Try to eliminate some yarn. Christmas is coming, right? So we'll probably do some of that. My bags for cross stitch, and when I kit things up, I like to have, you know, specific bags or canvas bags. Those are all up in there, with a few of my vinyl supplies are up there. My featherweight case is there, and that green is just an empty box if I need something to carry things in. I never did label these, but that'll be another thing to do, as well as my 3-ring binders need to be organized. So those are the two things I still have to organize, but I was just going to put some stickers on the sides of those so I know what project are in there, and they're mostly all crochet and knitted projects that I've started. And there's 2 or 3 in some of them just have 1. Just depends on how far along I got with it. I didn't do much with the threads on the wall. Like I said, I just hung some scroll frames, and my Nerge hoops and things are up in there. So that's kind of where the closet got to in this challenge. I took my things down off the top, all my fabrics, and they're in here now with the supplies. I guess my light got taken out. I must have put it, oh, it's probably charging on a charge. But that's kind of how this cupboard ended up. I left the knickknacks. And like I said, I want my husband to take the TV and put it in here, so hopefully we can do that next month. See how busy his schedule is. My FOs are still down here, but this is where I'll start with my cross stitch and yarn. FOs are in here. I keep my electronics in there, but they're packed right now, so they're just a couple things in there. But these are all FO projects that I can pull to and start finishing, and I think this surface here will be nice once I get it a little cleared off better. Like I said, some of these coasters and things can be put away, but whether this stays here or not when we get the TV up, I'll have to see. But right now, that's the way that's going to stay. My books are here. My scrap supplies got all organized. I can put yarn or fabrics in there when I get pieces that are those colors. Craft supplies are in the top there with some 5.5-inch squares for sewing. My cross stitch supplies here, and some markers, and those tins up there are both empty, so we have space for more when I get pieces and parts together. This is where I'll sew mostly, because this is my main machine, my Kathy. Didn't do much here, but organized my files, and when I had something to be put away, they got on this side, and then this side is all of my charts, and we did that one of the days. We got those all off of the craft table before we disassembled it. And then I put a few empty supplies containers in here, as well as my overdyed flosses are in here, and A through Z. Maybe I can start getting some more overdyeds, because some of them are emptier than others, but easy to get to. One of the days we also, like I said, disassembled the craft table that used to be here, and I brought in some shelving out of my master closet to bring all of my books and craft books, notebooks, and charts over in this area, because I was getting way too many to just fit up in the unit up here. I still have the larger ones here, but those will be mostly patterns, and then these are some more pattern books that I have crochet and cross stitch in, and some sewing. Most of my sewing ones are back in here. And then notebooks and things that I keep, magazines, stuff like that, are all on this shelf. Then one day we took and organized all of my bins. A couple days that took, actually. And then yesterday we just got some new ones to coordinate with the colors, and I'm really liking the way that looks. And we removed the IKEA unit off of one of the sewing machines and brought it up here and made the cutting table larger. A lot of these supplies that you see on the table I can't really put away yet because they're part of my floss tube that I need to record most likely after the 4th, since we'll be away. This desk area got transitioned several different days, but for now I'm going to keep it. And we supplied some sulky threads in here. I've got plenty more space for more. When I have my computer in here, and I'll just take these off and my computer sits up there. I do want to bring my 3D printer in here still, so these are the kind of books that I meant that I can probably either put in my cross stitch areas that I sit at or in those bins on the back of the doors, just to clear this off and put my 3D printer. Other than that, we did a little organizing of these bins. They are all yarns mostly, room for more. I guess I could take those out of the closet and put them in here if need be. This is my first mending area that I'm going to get started in July. The hall closet got cleaned out and we brought this in here, as well as that unit back there got cleaned out. And we have crochet items in this unit. A few craft things are in there with some books, but all of the whips and things came out of those and went into the closet. This all stayed the same. My ribbons got organized a little another day, so I think we've done quite a bit. This side of the table also got organized with colors. I kept the darker coated greens in here. Other than that, I will call this challenge complete for the month of June. I do appreciate everyone that's followed and enjoyed Alicia's challenge to get me going and started, and we will continue. Like I said, I appreciate this community. It's just been great. I'm looking forward to what's ahead. I've got some plans for rug hooking and sewing. I'd love to get a top for every season if I can, for myself, and then with Christmas and holidays and birthdays, just things like that I really enjoyed. But like I said, my first attempt for getting a few more things cleaned out will be some mending, and then with this challenge, so a couple of the other rooms have gotten started cleaning it out with their closets, my laundry room, cupboards, things like that. So it's just given me the incentive to see what I have, get rid of what I don't use, and enjoy what I've been given. So we will talk to you all in July for my floss tube, and thanks for following. Bye-bye. I almost forgot, and I don't have my mic on, I'm sorry. I wanted to share what this ended up being. This is the closet that got cleaned out, still pretty empty. I brought in some 3D supplies, and my CDs are still in here. But all the craft and books came out of here, so there's an extra shelf. My husband needs it because I started cleaning out the laundry room cupboards. That's like what I meant. I have a lot of challenges that I still want to do around the house. And then, like I said, this is the spare room where I keep one of my cross-stitch stands with a project over there. It's got my Mirabilia. And one of the challenge days, I brought one of the sewing machines out of the craft room and brought it in here because there just wasn't enough space for the 3 on the wall with all of the supplies that I had. So I do have, like I said, 2 of my cross-stitch projects in here that are on frames or that are large that I can work in here, as well as a sewing machine. And then my rug hooking has started to accumulate in here. I've got two rug hooking projects right now that I've started, and so excited. One of the floss tubers contacted me when someone was trying to get rid of a rug hooking stand, and it's a floor stand, so it's going to be rather large. So I'm thinking it's going to go in this room so I can just sit in here, since we have a TV, and when I want to just relax and come in here and rug hook, I'll have that stand. So the lady that is sending it, so generous to ship it to me, and I'm paying for the shipping, but I'm going to be so excited to get it and get a larger rug hooking piece on it and see how it goes together. But that's what this room will be, kind of my second craft room, but just more of a relaxing area to come. Sometimes I zoom in here with the cross stitch groups because it's just more space than trying to do it in my craft room. It's more of a storage room, really. Baby's things came into this closet, and during my challenge in my craft room, you know, I was doing other things, like I said, taking pillows and blankets and trying to organize them better, so the tops of the things got organized. But I brought the baby's containers back in here, and she's got a little toy box in here with a few toys. One day this spare room will become her room, but for now she doesn't stay here too often, but when she does, we do pull out the bed. But like I said, for now we're going to keep this room as a relaxing area. If I need to sew on this machine, I'll come in here with a stool and kind of do it that way. But I did want to share that's kind of what happened to a few things that were in the craft room during the month of June in our challenge. And again, I appreciate you following along, and we will be back, like I said, for my floss tube in July. Thank you. Bye.